Hey there, excited to be with you today. I want to share with you about a recent experience I had while trail running. I was in a new area. I love checking out new trails and just, experiencing the great outdoors, God's creation, and seeing His creativity on display. And so whenever I travel, I always look for a good trail run. In this particular case, I had a trail run loaded on my phone. It was about 6 miles. I was really excited. And I take off on this brand new trail, and I'm about 3 miles in, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this is such a beautiful trail. It's wide, it's well manicured. There's some obstacles here and there, and some rocks and some potholes, but for the most part, it's a beautiful, beautiful trail. Most importantly, it's well labeled. It's got signage. It's pointing me in a certain direction, and I'm following that direction. About 3 miles in, all of a sudden I'm met with a fork in the road. I've got 3 directions and no sign sending me in any one of the directions. But I thought that I'd remembered on my trail app that it looked like I was supposed to veer to the right. So that's what I do. I veer to the right, and I'm running down this trail. And as I'm running, it starts to go up. It starts to escalate a bit. And all of a sudden, that trail that was wide, all of a sudden is getting a little narrow. And that trail that was clear of debris all of a sudden has like bushes and loose rock and all sorts of stuff that could trip me up if I stepped wrong. And so I get about a mile into this trail, and it becomes real evident to me that I don't think I'm on the path that I was meant to be on. So I open up my phone and I check my trail app, and sure enough, I've been off the path for about a mile. And I have no other option except to just simply turn back to get back onto the path that I was originally intended to be on. Something happened when I got back to that path. I was already 5 miles in now at this point, and it was only supposed to be 6, but now it's going to be 8. And I'm back running on this path. And now I have a newfound appreciation for the fact that it was well labeled and well manicured. Sure, there are obstacles still. I could easily trip over a rock. I could easily face a extreme uphill or extreme downhill, switchbacks. All those things are challenging. However, I've got a path that is manicured, wide, and well labeled. And I was very, very thankful for that in that moment. In Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." When we see the word heart, when we see references of the heart throughout Scripture, oftentimes it is meant to explain to the reader the heart is the spring of life, where all life flows through the body. And this proverb instructs us to trust in the Lord with all of our heart, not just with a portion of our heart, a quadrant of our heart, a deep crevice of our heart, but all of our heart. I've got 2 sons. I've talked about them on previous Devos. I love them a whole bunch, and I know that they love me. I also know that they trust me. They trust me when it's easy, and they trust me when they're facing things that are hard or difficult or scary. And just between us, I don't know that I've really done much to earn their trust. But I know when my kids are unsure, because their hand all of a sudden makes it into my hand. Or now all of a sudden there's a young boy, young man that is leaning into me for a sense of security and a sense of strength that they don't have in that moment. Or when they were younger, it used to look like that they would want me to pick them up. Sometimes they still want that, although it's a lot harder now. See, they trust me because I'm dad. This proverb tells us to trust in the Lord with all of our heart. And my friends, He has earned that trust. As we look throughout Scripture, He has displayed His majesty and His might. He has displayed His love for us, the desire that He has to provide for us, and the fact that He has a plan for our life. And so when we are given the opportunity to choose a path, much like I did on my trail run, He has the perfect one for us. And sometimes we get off on our own understanding or our own ideas or our own thoughts, and we end up lost. And we hopefully return back to the path that he intended for us. In Ephesians, it says that without God, we are infants that are tossed around by the waves or by the strong winds, as there's so many different voices and teachings that are biting for our attention. All along, we have a God that desperately desires a relationship with us, one that is filled with trust and love. And he has this path, this will for our lives that he desires for us to walk down hand in hand with him, no matter what we are facing. In verse 6, it says, in all your ways acknowledge him, submit things to him, recognize that he is the creator and sustainer of all things, and that he loves you a whole bunch. Acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Notice what that scripture says. It doesn't say that he will make our paths easy. It doesn't say that he will make our paths comfortable. But it says that he will make our paths straight. And my friends, no matter who you are, what you've done, or what's been done to you, I bet you know what it's like to be on a crooked path. And you have a Father, you have a God that loves you and desires a relationship with you. And what he promises you as you submit all things to him and to his word, he promises you a straight path, no matter what season you are in. My friends, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you lean into him, his plan for you, his love for you. And may it do something special as you follow the path that he has for your life.